Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday morning. Okay, food. We're going to talk about this one this morning. You remember last year when John Kerry, Lurch himself, came out and declared that farmers everywhere needed to stop growing food immediately so that we could attain his net zero climate change goals, right? Okay. Well, apparently, we have the first state that has now decided that they're going to put that plan in action, and that would be the state of Oregon. Now, if any of you guys live up there in Oregon, let me know what you're hearing, because basically what I'm hearing is what I can find online. And if you're growing yourself, have you heard from your local government saying you have to stop? Okay. They are now declaring basically anybody that has any sort of operation, not just a big farm, but somebody who has a little homestead, a garden, a couple of chickens, maybe a dairy cow or something like that, that they have to cease immediately. All right. They are basically using the premise of anything with any sort. This is how they're defining this, guys. Get this: anything that has any sort of gravel road, paved road, anything like that, paved path to a barn or a coop or anything, as a uh, commercial operation. Let's put it that way, and therefore they have to stop. Now, this really comes into play, and I'll link this below. It's an article from the National Review, another uber liberal publication. Okay. I'm also going to link a video for you down there from Yanisa TV, which is another YouTube channel. This guy's a rancher in Oregon, and he can tell you kind of what he's going through. All right. Talking about how they're defining this, the definition. Okay. The way the state of Oregon defines everything here. Concentrated feeding or holding of animals or poultry, including to, but not limited to, horse, cattle, sheep, or swine feeding areas, dairy confinement areas, poultry and egg production facilities where the surface has been prepared with concrete, rock, or fibrous material to support animals in wet weather. Okay? This is it. So if you've got mulch out there and you've got animals, fibrous material, okay, you are now a commercial operation and you need to shut down immediately. All right. Then you add the added part to this that they have now declared that all groundwater, even on private property, is considered public. Okay. So the well somebody has in their backyard is now considered public domain. My pond that I dug with my money, okay, is public domain. I'll give them the argument they could say a stream that runs through or a lake or something like that. Sure, that's public domain, okay? But my well is mine. My pond is mine. Not in Oregon, though, okay? The only water that you can legally claim as your own is rainwater that you've collected. Okay. Now, because of this, that the farmers are not allowed to use public water to water their crops or hydrate their animals without a permit. Guess how easy it is to get that permit? Practically impossible. Okay. So you get that you get how crazy this is. I mean, this goes back to 2021 when they passed this thing. They're now starting to enforce this. But how are people supposed to survive? Oh, that's right. You aren't. This is what's going to be the demise for these blue states, because you take a look at the top 10 crops that are grown in Oregon, okay, commercial crops. Number one, flowers. So you go to FTD or 1-800-Flowers or something like that. A lot of those are grown in Oregon. Number two, agricultural crop, cattle and calves. Well, gee, that's going to do what have we all said to the beef industry? Less cattle, more pricey beef. Hay, well, hay. If you can't have livestock, what do you need hay for, right? Okay. Milk, dairy cows, more cattle, grass seed, wheat, potatoes, pears, wine grapes. California's going to start bitching now. And blueberries. Okay. So if you buy anything that has any of those products in them, expect those to be more expensive soon. Now, if you live in Oregon, where are you supposed to get your food from? The next state over? Hey, maybe California will sell you some of their excess, right? Oh, but now instead of it being local produce, now that's got to be trucked, shipped, all that sort of stuff. Gee, John Kerry, what does it take to do that? Trucks, okay? So, with all your bitching about pollution, all right, what's causing more pollution? Somebody having a blueberry bush in their backyard? Or a truck that's got to drive it 300, 400, 500 miles, okay? To get those same blueberries. Oregon has to stand up. You wonder why the entire eastern 3/4 of Oregon wants to secede from the state and join Idaho. It's because they have these morons that are running the state that want to kill one of their biggest industries, agriculture. I mean, you look at most states, guys, as what their industries are. Ag is in a lot of them as a top 5 industry. Say, oh, Michigan, cars. Yeah, go talk about Michigan apples. Go talk about Michigan cherries. Something like that, okay? Yeah, ag is everywhere. People need to eat. Do you absolutely have to have a car? No. Do you absolutely have to have food? Yes. Somehow, some way, a stop has to be put to this. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when they start going to Ma and Pa's homestead and saying, you have your little raised bed garden out there and a couple of chickens that are giving you eggs and some chicken manure to spread in your gardens. You need to stop doing that immediately. We need to see how long it's going to take till the enforcement winds up in the compost pile. Pinball out.